videos, but I figured I would start documenting a few things. I've been building a workshop actually for the last couple of years, and I just recently had the floors epoxied, and we're getting close to being done, but kind of here's the quick tour, right? So everything's kind of shoved into the corner. I got a loft up there for some storage stuff, and a couple extra rooms for offices and stuff like that. Two-post lift. I spin around here. I've got a couple doors, but I want to talk about the floor. So some local contractors basically put out an ad saying that they do epoxy floors. And I talked to them, and basically this is a zero VOC, 100% solids, vinyl paint chip, full injection broadcast floor system. And they actually have done the entire floor once, and I had them add more clear coat, and here's kind of the difference. So the area with the stuff on it, they're going to come back and do an additional coat. But if you can kind of tell based on the reflection of the light, it's kind of a satin finish. And this is what the floor would normally be like, where they put down a gray base coat and then they put chips in it. And then they do a clear, like a roller on clear coat on top. And for me at least, it's a little bit, it's rough, which is good for anti-slip, which would be good for normal like garage. But it's rough enough that I figured if I spill oil on this or get sawdust in it or whatever, cleaning it up for me would be kind of a big pain in the butt. I'd rather just get out a mop or a broom and not have to vacuum or pressure wash or anything like that the floor. So I asked them to do a second coat of clear coat. And so obviously this looks a lot shinier. It's a lot smoother. And the idea is that even though there's a little texture to it, so that it shouldn't be super slippery when it gets wet, it's a lot smoother so that I can mop it up or vacuum or whatever. It should be a lot easier to clean. The only downside of doing the extra like super thick coat on top is that it seems like it was harder to kind of get everything even. So you can kind of see there's some spots that kind of almost look like it puddled a little bit, but I think it turned out great. So it almost looks wet. Another kind of cool thing that they did when you walk around, you kind of notice there's like a little glint in it. So mixed in with the white and gray and black paint chips, they added almost like clear sequins. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a, I don't know, just kind of a little glint when you walk around, which I thought was kind of cool too. So basically from here, this has got a set for at least another day. It's obviously okay to walk on, but I don't want to put anything hard on it until it's cured more. So I'm going to have to move everything off the area that they haven't done a second coat or top coat on. And they're going to come back and apply that final coat. And that's, to be really hard, it's got to basically be like 3 days old to be really cured really well. But basically, the other thing I have to do is kind of re-prime where I have the cove base and repaint the bottoms of the walls and then put on the black rubber cove base. But that will basically be finishing up the floor, and then I can get everything back in the right spot. And then the only other downside of the process is there kind of that stuff in here is the fact that when the first step was they came in and they ground the floor so that the primer could really soak into the concrete. And this might be a bad example, but the grinding kind of left a coat of dust on pretty much everything. So I'm going to have to basically go through and clean pretty much absolutely everything. So that'll take a while. But otherwise, I'm really happy with the floor. I think the floor turned out great. A little more work, and I should be able to put everything back where it should be.